Erica Loren. I'm a nurse practitioner, anti-aging expert, and entrepreneur.
That change in midlife can affect. Welcome to the Glam Dose, your weekly fix of fierce, feminine, and functional wellness. I'm Erica Loren, anti-aging expert, nurse practitioner, and your host today. And I'm super excited because we have on a pair of local and national celebrities. You may know them from a little network called TLC, and they were on the show Smothered. So welcome to Angelica and Alexzandra.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Well, it's such a privilege to be invited to be with you today. So thank you.
Of course. So I met Alexandra, and I tell everyone that we slept together on the first night we met, and it's true. So can you tell everyone the story?
Initially met on a cruise. It was an all-girls cruise, and we coincidentally and accidentally got to be roommates in a cabin that had absolutely no windows and no balconies.
Little sardine box.
Yes. So we knew from there that we would have to become teammates. But quickly we did discover that we enjoyed each other's company and there was no drama. It was more calm. It was kind of like calm after the storm.
It was.
And so we just started hanging out. We started to do our own thing. And like you said, first night that we were there, we slept together. And I remember you asked me, oh, you want to spoon me too?
And it was great because I was like, she gets my sense of humor that I'm like a jokester. But I went into the whole thing with like, okay, all I heard about was you were kind of on this TV show. And I was like, I looked at maybe like one or two clips of something. I was like, you know what? I don't really want to know anything on the show. I want to get to know her as a person before I see too much and make my own judgment of who she is. And I got to spend a lot of time with you, and I was like, you were like so different than how you're portrayed in the media.
Because I'm a villain.
Yes.
I'm the villain mom on the show. So
exactly. Yeah. And I was just like, you're very well put together. You're very well spoken. You're educated. You're like a boss babe, and you just have this like big heart. And the way you talked about your daughter on that trip, I was just really like, wow, you know, like the love she has for you was pretty amazing. So, and that was the whole basis of the show, of like your relationship together as mother and daughter and how close you are. And yes. How did all that occur? How did you guys start being on Smothered?
That was her show.
Well, it was kind of my deal because I am an actress, and we moved here to Las Vegas because it's the closest thing to LA.
Sure. Without the expense.
Exactly. Yeah. Cost of living in LA is just ridiculous. So I thought, why not here? My mom was totally supportive. And so we moved here, and maybe a year later I saw a casting that said it was a mother and daughter show, but there was no name, there was no network attached to it. It was actually supposed to be a pilot.
Oh, okay.
And so I found the casting like at 1 a.m. in the morning, applied for it without my mom knowing. I didn't ask her.
Wow.
I had no idea.
I didn't ask her.
And so, you thought she was just going to be game, like she'll do it.
Well, if she loved me, she'd do it.
And plus, I'm very supportive in her dreams. So I'm her biggest fan. And whatever she wanted to pursue, I made sure that I was that supportive mom and give her the opportunities to be there for her.
And probably opportunities you didn't have when you were younger too, right?
No, I didn't have the same opportunities as I have given to Angelica. Growing up, I was from a very strict family, very typical Asian family. And, you know, I wasn't allowed to do anything, actually. So my dreams of doing other things in life wasn't supported the way I support Angelica in her dreams.
That's amazing.
And for her to pursue.
That's like what you want to see in a relationship with your daughter, you know. You guys have that kind of like camaraderie too, like you're friends and your mom and daughter and just the love. Like,
yes, but if I do get out of line, that does not. Yes,
I'm still her mother,
nips it
and
in
not
the
her
bud.
friend.
Right. So she puts me back real quick. But the casting director, after I applied at like 1 a.m., emailed me at 8 a.m. that morning and said, hey, I want to get on a FaceTime call with you and your mom. I told her, and she was totally against it. She said, you didn't tell me. I am not this actress. And I said, yes, you are, because I came from you.
you're like, I know you better than you think I do.
Yes, I said, the talent is from here. So we got on that call and we were casted.
Wow. And how long did it take, I guess, for all of that to occur from that phone call to when you were actually filming?
Well, I'd say the casting process took about a year, but our casting director told us he wanted us casted the first time he spoke with us. So he knew we were a part of the cast before we did.
That's awesome.
He liked us.
Yes.
And we had a great interview. We had great conversation, and the connection was amazing between the three of us when we spoke about the show. And while he was getting to know us, he told us what was the expectations of keeping in contact so that they can get the opportunity to get to know us as mother-daughter.
Okay. So there's seeing how in sync you guys are, and then you get on the show. Was it what you expected, and what was it like being on there? And
it was very interesting. They didn't have a name for the show yet, but everything they were filming was very dramatic. And so my mom got on board because she thought that they were really going to showcase our relationship and our closeness. While they did that, they showed her in a certain light where it was only parts of her that she didn't accept in my life.
So they kind of characterized her a little bit.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
A villain.
Well, who doesn't like a great villain? Everybody loves villains.
Right. They had to find someone to do it.
Yes.
That is funny.
Yeah, I was kind of against being on the show. Like I said, I did some print modeling when I was younger, and so I was more familiar with the cameras and the, things like that, the fashion industry. So being on television was something that I didn't see into the future, but this reality came true with my daughter here.
I see what you did there.
That was a nice one. So what about after the filming, when people start to see the show and they get to know who you guys are, and they're starting to see you out and about, oh my gosh, those are the two from Smothered. What was that experience like, having been on that? And
well, for me, it was very humbling. I speak for the both of us then, because, the first recognition that we received at a store, we were randomly just shopping one day.
Yes.
They came up to us, and it was a very humbling experience, and we liked it. We were astounded and surprised, and all the mixed emotions that came with it, because we got recognized. And one of the first questions they always ask us is, are you really like that?
Oh, I imagine.
Or, I love you because you're so authentic and you're genuine. You love your daughter and you showcase that on the show. And why not be protective? I think all mothers should be protective of their children.
Yeah.
I don't care how old they get. They're still your children, regardless of the age. And in our culture, that's what we do. And a lot of the times, because when we're able to film, and what I want to convey on the show is our culture and the closeness that we have together, obviously. But also, the culture part is very important, because then it allows people to see the different cultures of Korea and how we do things. We're very close, family-knit supports that we get.
And then how you integrate that into American society, because you're Korean American. So combining both those cultures, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that you
Absolutely.
two Like you
Yes.
have that for your daughter, Amara, too,
Yes.
so you can teach her the same sort of things. And
Of course.
beautiful baby girl, and how old is she?
Thank you. Amara is 4 and she turns 5 next month.
Oh, that's amazing. It's
It's
such a fun time.
unbelievable. I
It's your
can't
grandma,
believe-
right?
I can't believe it. To us, she just feels like she was born yesterday.
Yes.
And then here she is with her beautiful personality, her generous spirit. She's very kind and very loving. And I've had
Just like you.
the blessing of raising my granddaughter, and it's indescribable of the love that I feel for her.
And you
sorry.
get to fall in love all over again, right? Like,
Yes.
you've got 2 of them now. That's sweet.
Sometimes I don't know who she is because she lets Amara do whatever. But I
Right?
remember when I was a kid, she's like, no. Who is this person?
My mom does the same thing with my kids, and it's like, what? You were like, if I would have done that, there would have been like, no way. You know?
Yeah, there's milk all over the table. My mom's like, it's okay. It's just milk.
That's the baby. No, I get it.
She can't do
totally.
any wrong.
She can't in my eyes.
So outside the show, you're a mom and you're also a model,
Yes.
and you've had history, actually like something very different. You were like sociology degree
Yes.
and doing a little bit of legal, like such variations.
Yes.
So that's really exciting. How do you balance all that?
Well, I always had a passion for the performance art. So I was always into singing was my first love. And then came acting. And modeling was actually not in the cards for me.
Not at all.
I just couldn't see how someone could be like a model. But now, times have changed, and modeling isn't just about the perfect body, the perfect face. It's about representation. And so I feel like in this day and age, someone like me who looks like me with, the cultures mixing and just people being more open to
Diversity.
Yes.
We want to see someone who looks like us represented out there.
Exactly. And so my mom had told me for years to try modeling, and I flat out told her no. I said, I can't do that. And now here I am, assigned a plus model, and my mom's just sitting here rooting for me like, I told you, you could do it. And
Moms
so,
know best.
yes,
She was inspired.
yes. And my mom to me is just the most beautiful person, the most beautiful soul. And so I, wanted to be like mommy.
Aw, that's so sweet.
I still love when she says mommy. When she's mad, she says mother.
Sure.
I'm like, what did I do now?
Right?
Mother.
Role reversal.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of role reversals, like in the dating scene, which I am very particular about who I go out with, who I date. You are who you hang out with, right?
True.
So she's very particular about if I'm going to get serious with someone,
Screening
she
them.
has to know
Yes.
them as well. So
You come to the front porch with your like shotgun.
Well,
she's actually my mom. Like she is, instead of being my daughter, she's my mom. And I'm like, okay, I'm the daughter now. Okay.
yeah. What's your first, last name, social security, date of birth,
DNA hair sample, please.
license plate number? Where do you live? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I'm very protective over my mom because I know the type of heart that she has. And to me, the type of person that she is, they get taken advantage of. And so me, growing up, I was a little harder. I had, I think, a little tougher skin.
Okay. Well, that's good. You have like a combination of both then. You have like that. You've got the sweetness of your mom. And
Yes.
The beauty, of course.
Oh, thank you.
And then she's also able to help you with makeup tips because you're also, many people don't know, a makeup artist professionally.
Yes, I am, and I've been doing it for 30 years. I enjoy it. It's actually one of my passions that I love doing makeup and to create and to develop certain looks for certain people, just depending on what they want. I like customizing because everyone is different and everyone is unique and beautiful. So I like to create on their face.
Yeah,
So-
well, she always has an amazing beat. Like, So you always look
Thank
all
you.
done up. Like your makeup's perfect. I like come on and I'm like, I did my own makeup today. Does it look okay? But get your approval. I'm trying. I'm not as good as you though.
You did great.
But that's a fun thing too. You can share with Amara. Like when she starts, is she playing in makeup already?
Oh,
yes.
yes. Yes, she has. My mom bought her a little caboodle already.
Oh, my
And so she
gosh.
likes to put everything on her face. And she said, Mommy, I'm like you now. So it's really amazing because I think at 2 or 3, I was watching you put on your makeup. Mm-hmm. And so Amara's tall now, but when she was younger, it was so cute. The counter's here, and she put her little hands, and she just watched me like in the mirror doing my makeup.
And that's what she used to do too. She would just stare at me while I was applying makeup, and she couldn't wait. She could not wait until she was permitted to apply makeup on herself.
Yes.
So we started off with little mascara, lip gloss. But as she got older, then it was like, okay, we need to match you up with the right concealer and foundation. And then, she wanted to learn how to do eyelining, which took a
Oh
while.
my gosh, it took forever.
It did take her a while, but now she's doing beautifully with her makeup just as well.
So that was like a bonding moment as well.
Oh,
So
yes.
that's awesome to have like those memories.
And then with Amara now, she likes to come and play with my makeup brushes, and she likes to apply it. And she's like, I'm putting on makeup with Gamma.
Right.
And puts blush on, and
It's going to be the next like Kylie Jenner.
she's a beautiful little girl. That's all I can say. It's a great spirit and a beautiful little girl.
Well, she gets a lot of it from both of you and your journeys in life and everything you represent. And I know you guys are going on a newer journey right now with like health and fitness. And it's pretty exciting because I love anything like that where you're really empowering and taking control of, your wellness. So I know you started at first, you were kind of encouraged Angelica about like weight loss and healthy eating. So tell us about that. Like, how did you start in it? Why did you start in it? What were you doing?
My personal journey started in 2019 when I got injured, and I was told that I would never walk again. And it was a back injury that had me bedridden for 2 years.
Wow.
And I gained all this weight, and at which I'm still working on getting back to the healthy me prior to the accident. So I started off with just better eating habits. It's not like I had bad eating habits prior to, but I think I'm more responded to what I'm going to eat. Like, what are you putting in your mouth when you're eating? What's it going to do for you? Mm-hmm. So those are kind of thoughts that ring into my head when I'm eating. I started the journey of walking 2 miles a day. Just go out and enjoy the sun and just be in one with God. And that is a perfect time to stroll and to have a conversation with God, and you put things in perspective. And so that's my daily dose with God when I'm walking.
I like how you did that.
Spiritual, journeys that I'm experiencing right now with things that's going on in my personal life.
So it's very mind, body, soul.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Because we're all connected that way. And I think if you're missing one link, you could miss all. So it's good to be all in 3.
I think it's so necessary too nowadays. Like people are so like out of touch with each other, out of touch with themselves, out of touch with spirituality. And we think about there's so much like beauty and glamour out there that we're seeing on social media or television. But I think that true beauty and glamour first comes from within. It's that love. It's the, I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to nourish my body, my soul, so that I can shine from within. And then it's like makeup and fashion, and it's all just like accessory to that.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely. I think the most important thing is being connected with your own self, and then connecting with God, and your friends and family who support you in your journeys. That's very important.
Very true. And what about you, Angelica? Your journey? I know you kind of started because Mom was like, come on.
Yes, well, she's always kind of been that voice on my shoulder if I'm having a soda. Oh my gosh, I love soda. But she's like, should you really be drinking that? And I'm like, no. So she's always kind of kept me on track. But I do have to be honest, I was probably my heaviest I've ever been, probably about 1.5 years ago. And it was a wake-up call for me. I just wasn't watching what I was eating. I wasn't exercising. You know, I have this beautiful daughter. Am I going to be there for her when I get older? You know?
Kids change your life for sure.
Yes. Yes. I just want to be the best version I can for my daughter. And, you know, my mom, she was like, well, let's do it together. So she's my angel. She's
You're
my
my
angel.
angel.
Plus, I'm getting married next year, so I needed to get my waist right.
Right? Got to fit in the wedding dress
Yes.
and feel your best.
Yes, exactly. And since I've started exercising more and eating healthier, just being more aware, like my mom said, of what you're putting in your mouth, because that's really the thing. You can mindlessly eat, and then there you go. There's 1,000 calories.
Yes.
So just being aware and being active.
I think definitely having children is that major life change and impetus for all of this. Like if you think about how much you love her and now she finally has her own daughter and can see what you have been feeling for her all her life. And like you have a child and it is so
Life-changing.
yeah, life-changing of like, okay, what do I want for them? How do I want their lives to be? What did happen to me when I was younger that I would never want it to occur to them? How can I prevent it? Like,
Yes.
there's so much thought going into that.
Yes, there
Um,
is.
yeah, and having a family and how you're going to do everything. So I think showing on TV kind of like your relationship is a great thing to kind of definitely get people seeing more diversity, but also a different kind of love. And love in general is so far removed from a lot of reality and from what we're seeing out there. So I think that's something really amazing and special.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well said.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are your next ventures coming up here? What are you like hoping to do in the future with career and profession? And of course you're getting married, so when will that be?
Well, it'll be the beginning of next year.
Mom gonna do your makeup then?
Yes.
Right?
She actually said she was going to do my makeup because
awesome.
she didn't quite want to. I wanted her to enjoy the day as well, but then I was kind of bummed because, she's the best makeup artist I know.
Right?
And I wanted to look my absolute best on my most special day. And she said she's going to apply my makeup.
That is so
She
cool.
twisted my arm.
Yeah.
I did. So I'm excited about that.
What about modeling? Anything else coming up with that?
Well, I'm going to castings and making my face more known to the clients. And so it's just making my rounds right now. And hopefully you'll see me on a billboard shortly.
Commercials.
That would be
Or-
awesome.
yes,
Major
too.
commercials.
Yes.
I'm also acting as well and into the commercial field. So you will see me. How about that?
Yes.
I like that.
You will
Yes.
see me.
You will see me. I like that.
What about Mom? Your plans?
Well, I want to continue doing my makeup artist business. I love engaging with brides, so that's my passion when I do my makeup. And also just continue to help raise my granddaughter. And hopefully, maybe we'll get season 6 for Smothered on TLC.
Ooh.
And
You can showcase the wedding.
See that
Yes.
journey.
Yeah. I think people would love to see that and how much you've like grown in the family and everything like that. That'd be
We
really
have
cool.
grown very much, and our dynamics of our relationship has changed, but I think it's all for the positive, all for the good of everyone. But we had the opportunity to evolve together as a family. And I think that's a very important part of watching Smothered and seeing from first season to now. I think a lot of the fans would be pleased with everything that's happened and have taken place.
Evolution.
Yes.
So we hope to see you on the future of Smothered. We can't wait to see like the wedding and how everything's evolving. And just to let everyone know, she's not a villain. What you all see on TV is not always the truth. She's actually amazing, so is her daughter. But if our audience would like to find you on social media or websites, where can they do so?
You can find us on Big Spoon, Little Spoon 1 on Instagram. That is our joint page that we started when we started the reality TV.
So apropos. Thank you for coming on the show today at the Glam Dose. We're excited to have you. Hopefully we get to have you on again. And yeah, I wish you guys like the best of luck. Yeah. And I'll be like seeing you soon though. We're going to hang out and you're going to do my makeup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine
I
too.
look forward to that.
Yes. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Of course.